Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Tournament 27 of OMEGA³ Upper Limit. Once again, my name is Cameron Coldcloud. I will be your host for this evening. Last week, your best debutant was Claudia Maxim, who, if I recall correctly, didn't get... I will check and be sure. She got all the way to... Yeah, she got to stage 4. Your Chatters champion is still Sean Bryan. He is a 6-time last Chatter standing. Your last woman standing was Taylor Green for the 5th time. She got to the second half of stage 6. Very impressive for any competitor, much less. And your last man standing in an absolute heartbreaking moment. Best result, Sam Folsom, the last jump of stage 7. He was one jump short from the final stage, but if he gets back there, he knows what he's up against, so he may become a finalist tonight for all. And in an earlier test, I will say in an earlier test, before we before the broadcast actually started, Joe Moravsky did reach stage 7. Now, that was a test, not an official broadcast for obvious reasons. But it would be insane if it were to happen tonight. I would be all for that. Never seen a Chatter in stage 7. It'd be amazing to happen. But you gotta beat 6 stages in order to reach there. These 100 competitors are again 8 stages away from the upper limit. We're gonna kick off stage 1 right now. Long story short, in the aftermath of OMEGA² a new universe was discovered. So for stage 1, we go back to where it all began. Or at least what's left of it. Stage 1, as per usual, is the newly adjusted Ruins of Arcadia. It consists of 7 obstacles and is a speed stage. This time around, by the way, I'll get to that later. Your new first obstacle, there's been a bit of a switch up. New first obstacle is Acceleration Pass from Super Ninja. Essentially a way easier version of the Ejector from Ultimate Beastmaster. Competitors jump off a forward-moving treadmill to a rope swing similar to Ejector but smaller and with a slower treadmill. Way easier. Rocket Launcher from Proto Sasuke. Fire by the mature kids version of Monster Swing. 2 rocket holds attached to preloaded swinging arms. Next is Candy Cane Rush. If I recall, it's from Australian Ninja Warrior. Competitors ride an angled board with handholds down a slider track to then time the shade to a second angled board. Australian Ninja Warrior. Then we move on to Around the World from the WNL. Introduced at the Iron Grip Ninja Season 5 WNL qualifier. Athletes run across a long series of angled steps Sonic Curve style before jumping out to a very low hanging ring, pulling up to avoid touching down below them, and swinging to safety. Going into the back half now, once again, as usual, is Dipper Pendulum. A mashup of Big Dipper and Double Pendulum. Competitors ride a bar down a curved track and use their momentum to jump to a sandbag on a pendulum. Of course, next is Icarus Glider from Proto Sasuke. Competitors build up momentum on the start platform and jump to a ring, using their momentum to move the ring up a slightly ascending track that time they're dismount to a balanced landing. And of course, finally, is Alcatraz Escape. 3 walls for Muso. The first you go over, the second you go through with a tiny little gap near the top, the third you go over with a metal bar near the top. Since people were clearing with so much time last week, the time limit is now 85 seconds. Top 75 move on, bottom 25 don't. 18 chatters, 4 debutants, 7 women competing for a shot at millions of dollars tonight. The jackpot, by the way, stands at $1,200,000. There has been slight adjustments to the jackpot mechanic in this era. So, because I just figured, you know what? We don't want it to go too high too quickly and just be absolutely ludicrous. So, yeah, let's kick off stage 1 right now with 2-time semifinalist Aaron Majayakoma. Time limit now 85 seconds. Let's see how he handles it. Save on Around the World, missing on Iron Icarus Glider. Farthest fastest wins $10,000. Aaron Majayakoma, with just under 2 seconds left. Elias Planger next. Saving on Candy Cane Rush. Ooh, these clears are close. Last week, the first few clears had 30 seconds left. Plus, his big return for the first time since Tournament 16, 2-time Sasuke finalist, Ryo Mataji. Save at the end of AE, and he takes first for now. First of our debutants tonight, hailing from the United States, it's Davis White. And he just times out on AE, getting to the 3rd wall. Last for now, but hey, 25 eliminations. You never know. First of our chatters to run tonight. His first appearance since Tournament 13. And his 3rd overall, Jimmy Chang, hailing all the way from Taiwan. Times out on the 2nd wall of AE. Valentin Dekani making his 8th appearance. We haven't seen this dude in a minute. And the Food Engineers out on the rocket launcher. Making his 25th appearance, he's in an elite group right now. Chatter, Donovan Matoya. Saving on rocket launcher, just timing out on Alcatraz escape. Making his 2nd appearance, all he's got to do for a new PB is to beat acceleration path. Hollis Lansford. He will, and he clears! Easily takes first place. By just under 4 seconds. Very impressive. Tom Alberti making his 15th appearance. He is a former semi-finalist. Saving on DP and getting 2nd. On the leaderboard for the moment. Chatter, Alvin Tong Chong Klung, hailing from Singapore. It's sole rep for tonight. Timing out on Alcatraz escape. Deep run though, very impressive. Alex Romer, making his 3rd appearance, his 1st appearance since Tournament 18. Just scraping into the top 5. 4th for now. Alex Matthews, who was a debutant last week. Saving on the last wall of AE. Again, getting into the top 5 by 30. Just outpacing Romer by 36 hundredths. That's crazy. Joseph Meissner. Meanwhile, saving on rocket launcher, getting into 3rd. And yeah, a bit of a gap. Ooh, here's a big name. The inaugural former record holder for this era. 2-time semifinalist Amir Malik, the Baker. Saving on IG, missing a few times on the Alcatraz escape. Time with just under 3 seconds left, though. Good enough for him to be in the top 5. Giovanni Lopez, our first victim of the rocket launcher. Or 2nd victim of the rocket launcher. First would be Dekani. Lopez, though, did not get there as quickly, so he... Jackson Twait, saving on Dipper Pendulum, does get a miss on the 3rd wall of AE, but he does clear. Hey, clears a clear. 9th out of 10, though. Not a great spot at the moment. Daniel Waterman making his 2nd appearance. The first was at the start of OMEGA² He fails on Dipper Pendulum. Very early exit for him. Brady Parks for a new PB. He's just got to beat Dipper Pendulum. Seeing Daniel Waterman doesn't bode well for him, and clearly the pressure got to him. He fails the same obstacle. Does outpace Daniel Waterman. Making his 18th appearance, former Chatter's champion, Ethan Gardilski. Easily, wait a minute, how close is that? That is 17 hundredths. That is damn close. see Render running next. Gonna get back to stage 2 tonight. He will not. Misses once on the Icarus glider. And times out. Very slow run from start to finish there, unfortunately. It is what it is. The loose cannon, RJ Roman. Coming up for the top 5. Trying to get to stage 6 for the 3rd time in his career on Omega. Nearly a last... Well, actually... Jalisa Himka. Haven't seen her since around mid-OMEGA 2. She does clear after save on Dipper Pendulum. Making his 2nd appearance, action actor Koji Saikawa. Making his 1st appearance in over 10 tournaments, just timing out on AE. For save on the 1st wall, timing out on the 3rd. And look at this. At number 24, it's Jack Bauer. The debutant is taken out on the Candy Cane Rush. Probably not to be confused with the fictional character of the same name from 24. And oh my god, it would have been so funny if he got 24th. Well, I mean, it would have sucked, but for him, but because 24 with the show. And if Jack, the real person named Jack Bauer sees this, I apologize. I'm not trying to make fun of him. It's cool that I saw an opportunity to make a reference and Venny Kins, my co-host. Oh, he just times out. He gets a new personal best though, saving on the Icarus glider and timing out on AE. Former finalist, 3-time semifinalist, Enzo De Ferrari Wilson is trying to get back to the back half of the course. Doing a good job so far. Getting up for 1st. And here comes the Scotsman, Ali Hay. Save on Candy Cane Rush. One of the worst times so far, but again, it clears a clear. 14th out of 27 around the 50-50 clear rate. Kyle Soderman, 2-time semifinalist, is out on Candy Cane Rush. Very early exit for Soderman. Ooh, here's kind of, I don't know about kind of. He probably played his personal best, considering he was here in Tournament 25. He is a former Sasuke finalist. Yeah. See if he was here for any other tournament. He was not. Last appearance was Tournament 25. He was bested by Manjo Maze Mark II. Satoshi Kano. Save on Around the World. Miss on Icarus Glider. And that cost him what little time he had left on Alcatraz Escape. Capping off the 20s, kicking up the 30s. It's Kane Casillas, the faux dragon, the hurricane. Just timing out on AE. Gets into 19th out of 30, though. There are 25 eliminations. There's 11 people below him in terms of positions right now. Judith Carroll. I need to play her last appearance. Oops. And again, as I always say in these broadcasts, I apologize in advance for any mispronounced names, wrong flags, or visual errors you might see throughout the broadcast. Her last appearance was Tournament 18. It's Judith Carroll. Never mind, rocket launcher. Somehow she's not last. By 82 hundredths. She got there faster than Giovanni Lopez. Yikes. Dave Kavanaugh trying to finally get to the back half of the course. Saving on Dipper Pendulum and getting into 2nd by 1800s. Another debutant, another debutant in John Mack. Oh, wow. Save on Around the World, 4.22. Enough for him to get into the top 10. And here's a man we haven't seen since Tournament 1. Roba Bandos. And all the way from Poland, and his big return is short-lived. Leo Provo, another chatter running next. Revenge on Mandrill Maze. He may not get it. 26 out of 35. Again, not where you want to be. Ooh. Hailing all the way from Switzerland, the extreme athlete, Joel Matley. Ooh, that's a rough run from start to finish. Same on acceleration path and a fail on rocket launch. Hayate Kachihara, how will the idol fail? Saving on acceleration path, just outside the top 10. Good enough to move on, though. Yeah, definitely good enough to move on. Corinne Caprioti making her 10th appearance on Omega. Her first on Omega-3. Save on IG, and she clears, getting into the top 8. Cameron Baumgartner, new personal best, not that hard. He's just got to be acceleration path. One of the many victims of around the world. He won't even reach it this time. Candy Cane Rush takes him out. Another early exit for the gym coach. Jean-Luca Schmidt, his 8th appearance, timing out on Alcatraz Escape. Karim El Azazi, now with the right flag on his nameplate. Ooh, a big save on Dipper Pendulum. An insane save, okay. He gets into 16th out of 20 on the leaderboard. And look at this dude's stats. In 2 appearances, he's been to stage 6 once. Seth Lambert, making his first attempt to reach the upper limit. 7 seconds. Look at that. 7-11. Gets into the top 7. We have a 50-50 clear rate. That's that's crazy. Eshed Otzman trying to get back to Mandrill Maze. Not likely. Considering that fail on the Candy Cane Rush. Start warming up. Max Kuna running next. Saving on Candy Cane Rush, and again, whoa, nearly getting to that 3rd wall on Alcatraz Escape. Stopped by the clock, it seems. James McGrath, in 21 appearances, has never been past stage 5. I don't know if I doubt he's even been this. I imagine he has. He's never been it. Trying to beat it tonight. Ooh, 13th out of 22, good enough to move on. Save on rocket launcher on top of that. Luke Dillon. Next, he's been to the back half last week. 7:21. There again for all we know. From Luke to Lucas, making his 10th appearance, Lucas Gillian, who's absent on turf for the last few weeks. Saving on rocket launcher and failing on Dipper Pendulum. Not catch a break in the early stages of this course. Elijah Browning, appearance number 18. Saving on rocket launcher. Just getting into the top 10. Still at a 50-50 clear rate. Flamenco. And get it above that. Appearance number 16. He beats the Klaxon and takes the lead from Enzo by just under a second. Wow. That's crazy. Rounding up the first half of the roster, Kai Diol. Never mind. Rocket launcher takes him out of it. Ooh. This is going to be a rough week for the chatters. Last week's best debutant, reaching all the way to stage 3, Claudia Maxim. How will she fare tonight? Dipper Pendulum. So, in other words, not particularly great this time. Colton Schuster. He will get a new personal best. Not by much, though. 37th place out of 52. Probably not good enough to move on, but we'll have to see. Ooh. 24 appearances on Omega for this man, the president of the JPA, Jun Sato. Mr. Parkour, he gets a miss on IG, just manages to clear. A second and a half left. Good enough to move on. Schreiber, if you're out of the bottom 25, you're moving on. Saving on AE, the last wall of AE, and just managing to clear. And in the last minute test before this broadcast began, this man got all the way to stage 7. Can he do it tonight? the weatherman, Joe Moravsky. No, he cannot. The rocket launcher cuts that prophecy short. We may not have a chatter in Stage 7 after. At least not tonight. Schreiber. Remember? Sandro Scheibler. What am I talking about? Schreiber and then Scheibler. 2 runs later. Their names are nearly anagrams of each other. Or surnames. Yeah. Oh my god, yeah, it's actually really close. Anyway. Former semifinalist, K-Rod Kevin Rodriguez. Getting into the top 5. Decent. Patty Herman. Former LWS. That miss on IG definitely cost her. Flip. Herman is 34th out of 50. 35th out of 59 as a flip. Oh, it's gonna be just good enough to move on. Flip though, getting into the top 4. Oh, this man is part of an elite group. 25 appearances across Omega's history. Only missing a few tournaments. Former Chatters champion, Bo Lewis. Saving on Candy Cane Rush, but failing on Dipper Pendulum. May not be good enough to move on. That would suck. Very few people could say they've been on Omega 25 times. This man could say he's been on it 6 times. It's Brett Strong, making his first appearance on Omega 3, just getting into 2nd. Oh, that just missing out on 1st by 1500ths. Man, that was close. Zach Stoll would love to get to the back half of the course. 348. 20 seconds, definitely good enough to move on. We have another debutant coming up, hailing from France. International management student, Michel Nagic. Again, I apologize for mispronounced names. 34th is good enough to move on, but you would think they wanted, like, I think they're a bit distant. I mean, yeah, moving on with all. Nora Brown John. Save on Alcatraz escape. Good enough for 16th. Good enough to move on. Just over a 50% clear rate. Mr. Musso, Philip Scott. He was just on A&W recently. The worst time so far, but good enough to move on. 0.97 on the clock. Just 1 second. It's close. Former last woman standing. She did it in Tournament 23. Aksha Popple. Now, the first time she's been in the top 10 on Omega. One of the first few tournaments is when she did it. Very impressive. 50, good enough. Easily good enough. Ilion Sharif, the only international competitor so far to attempt vertical limit burst on Sasuke. Because Daniel Gill and Jesse Graff can't keep up. What to mention. Top 4 for now. Decent. Jacob Arnstein. His 4th appearance. Definitely going back to Stage 2 for another shot against Manjo Maze. And speaking of which, we were just talking about this, man. The Kingdom Ninja, Daniel Gill. The 2-time A&W champion is going to Stage 2. 26 out of 69. Funny, isn't it? Zach Akenstein, another chatter running next. We would love to get back to Stage 4, get a shot to reach the back half. Saving on AE. Ooh, 32nd. Good enough, though. Ace Chaser Reynolds, former finalist in his 21st appearance, easily takes first by over a second. 112, like, 1 second and 12 hundredths. This man was absent last week. Noah Munier. Saving on Rocket Launcher, he is a 4-time semifinalist. Gets into 7th. Well, this man's done it. Noah's done it 4 times. Rios, this man's done it 5 times. 5-time semifinalist, Ryosuke Miyaoka, the salaryman. Going coming into 6th, nearly outpacing Noah Actually, oh, he does outpace Noah by 43 hundredths. This man was actually absent last week, unfortunately. The Prince, Yusuke Morimoto. Whoa, just takes second. Again, just missing out on first by 22 hundredths. Man, that's close. Welcome back, Yusuke. Former all-time record holder for chatters, Jack Andrews. Ooh, 5.512, good enough for 23rd. We're going to start seeing eliminations soon, and unfortunately, it will be Giovanni Lopez. For all we know, it could be this man, Kai Beckstrand, 3-time semifinals. He takes the lead from Asa Reynolds. Taking the lead from himself. Giovanni Lopez is first to be eliminated. He is a cheater, so that puts us down to 17. Circus artist, Sasuke finalist, Renee Cassidy, Ninja Warrior Germany champion. It's out on Dipper Pendulum. I don't think there's going to be enough to move on. It's going to be close. Addie Herman's guaranteed to move on. The cutoff is the Icarus Glide. Judith Carroll is out of it. We're down a woman. I think it's down to 6. Left. Bandolls is on the bubble. Running next, the Flyboy, former finalist, Isaiah Thomas. Ooh, that time's good enough for 3rd. 800 shy of 2nd place. Matt Lee's on the bubble. Bandos is out of it. Here comes the champ, Baby Bergie, Caleb Bergstrom. And he's out on the Icarus Glider. Will that be good enough to move on? I don't think so. In his 20th appearance, man, that sucks. Good enough to eliminate Matt Lee. And put Daekonin on the bubble. Jimmy Chang's now guaranteed to move on. Caleb Bergstrom might be out of it. Your last chatter standing, still your chatter champion, the Pable Ninja, Sean Bryan. Saving on the last wall of AE, eliminates Daekonin, puts Kai Diol on the bubble. Sean Bryan's moving on. Evan White. Saving on Candy Cane Rush, eliminates Diol, puts Moravsky on the bubble. Rough start for the chatters. Making his big return and the first attempt in OMEGA3, Keitaro Yamamoto. Ooh, excuse me. Saving on the 3rd wall and failing on the 2nd wall of Alcatraz escape. Eliminates the Weatherman. Very early exit for the multi-time 3rd stage run. From one Yamamoto to another. No, not talking about Shingo. When was the last time he even did? Anyway, former Sasuke finalist, the ace of the Black Tigers, Yoshiyuki Yamamoto. Good enough for 6th. Eliminates Jack Bauer. That puts us down to 3 debutants left. Cameron Baumgartner on the bubble. Jimmy Chang still guaranteed to move on. Here come the Folsoms, starting with Phil. Never mind, Dipper Pendulum. Jean-Lucas Schmidt now guaranteed to move on. We may lose Caleb Bergstrom and Bill Folsom on stage 1. Eshed Otsman, meanwhile, on the bubble. Baumgartner's out of it. Mr. Burnout running next. It's Jeraboy. Saving on Candy Cane Rush. Eliminating Otsman with a 790. Soderman on the bubble. Damn. Schmidt still guaranteed to move on. There comes another Israeli. Inshnur Samyach. Ninja Warrior Israel's youngest champion. Saving on CCR. Eliminates Soderman, puts Maxim on the bubble. Schmidt still guaranteed to move on. Here comes the technician, Tyler Smith. Just misses out on the top 10. Eliminates Maxim. Putting us down to 5 women left. Waterman on the bubble. Bauer's out of it. Waterman is not a debutant. Yeah, Waterman's on the bubble. Ready next, Caden Lepsack. 4-time semifinalist, going into second. Just edges out Asa Reynolds. Look at that. A difference of freaking 25 hundredths. Quarter of a second difference between everyone in the top 5. Except for Kai Beckstrand. Yusuke's about to be out of the top 5. Waterman's out of it. Bo Lewis on the bubble. We're going to lose another chatter. The man who may be about to make it so, former record holder Gavin Obi. Whoa! Takes the record from Beckstrand by multiple seconds and eliminates Bo Lewis. We're losing heavy hitters in terms of chatters very early on. 14 chatters left. Keely on the bubble. Hans Hertz. Love to get back to stage 5. He skinned to stage 2, we know that much. Keelian's out of it. Brady Parks on the bubble. Going into the top 10 from last week, starting with Daniel Mason. Ooh, 46th. Good enough to move on. Brady Parks putting Renee on the bubble. Drew Becker, your inaugural semifinalist. Eliminating Castley, putting Phil Folsom on the bubble. Damn. His brother Sam, all he can do at this point is watch. Until he runs soon. Folsom on the bubble. Moritz Hans, former semifinalist, is out of it on rocket launcher and out of the tournament on the second obstacle. Very early exit for the sports clinic. Charlie Ball, meanwhile, also out on rocket launcher. Top 10 is being demolished by rocket launcher right now. Cody Benaway. Okay, there we go. There we go. He finally eliminates Phil Folsom. Puts D. Render on the bubble. Abintan John Kwong is now guaranteed to move on. And is making his 26th appearance. 5-time semifinalist Vance Walker. Getting into the top 5. Nearly, just missing out on the top 5 actually. Putting Golden Canadian out of the equation and putting Caleb Bergstrom on the bubble. We're about to lose our champion on stage 1. Jay Lewis would know a thing or two about that. Taylor Green. Last week's LWS. I put it on 30. Whoops. 790. Eliminate Taylor Green, of all people. Eliminates Caleb Bergstrom. Puts Schuster on the bubble. The inaugural finalist of this era, Jackson Erdos, is out on Dipper Pendulum. We just lost a champion and a finalist within 2 runs of each other. That has gotta sting. Tragic Hero, I can't talk. Tragic Hero, meanwhile, Clement Cravier gets into the top 15, eliminates Schuster. Provo is just gonna mess on stage 2. One of these two is moving on. Leo Provo or Sam Folsom. And it will be, go figure, Sam Folsom. Eliminating Leo Provo and putting Venny Kins on the bubble. Venny's moving on. Venny is finally moving on to stage 2. Yes, Venny. Let me get the clear overview. Ready? That's not freaking clear overview, is it? That's something else. Alright, let's look at our clear overview. We are down to, I believe, 3 debutants. Davis White, John Mack, and Mikael Lajic. 3 debutants left. In terms of the ladies, we have Kimka, who's still in it. Capriotti's still in it. Addie Herman, Nora Brown John, and go figure, Taylor Green. 5 women left. It shatters. Jimmy Chang Alvin Tom Jones Wong. Let's see. Vennykins finally moving on. Kane Casillas. Hurricanes moving on. John Lucas Smith. James McGrath. Philip Scott. We got Aikenstein. Jack Andrews. Sean Bryan. I definitely missed a few. I'll check the application. Okay, Matoyer. Jimmy Chang, Donovan Matoyer. Alvin Tong Chung Wong. Lopez is out of it. Gardiolski. Vennykins. Hurricane. 6. Schmidt. McGrath. 8. Philip Scott. Aikenstein. Andrews. Sean Bryan. We're down to 12 chatters. Alright, we're down to 75. By the end of this next stage, we're going to be down to just 60. Sorry, nope. 55. What am I talking about? Alright. And by the way, Gavin Obi wins $10,000. Good job. We're going to move on to stage 2. Kicking it off right now. Or in a few seconds, as soon as I get the intro things up. Hold on 1 second. No, oops. All the way down here. In this parallel universe, there are certain places that are similar but not identical to the ones that we remember, including, of course, a revamp of a certain test of the brain. Stage 2 is Manjo Maze Mark II. It consists of 7 obstacles and is a stamina and a hybrid stage with with themes of stamina and mental exam. Kicking things off is the glass maze, self-explanatory. You feel your way through a glass maze. Then you have the first of the crossroads. By the way, stage 1's killer tonight is, of course, how to escape. First crossroads, either rope labyrinth, a version of the rope labyrinth with a ropes on a zip line, so it's easier to maneuver through, or the alphabet parlay. What is 2 before G? Essentially what that is. Then run 0.2 miles to the next crossroads. Bull maze, self-explanatory, Sasso, or tactical parlay, a 2-digit subtraction equation. Another 0.2 miles was run to Hawkeye Road. From the Hawkeye for Viking, now there's 3 of them with progressively bigger cylinders and a rope climber for each one. Another 0.2 miles to the last of the crossroads. Split decision between Peg Maze from Cunningham's Cookout Classics or Memory Tower from Ninja Warrior France. Power Tower but with booby traps. You gotta memorize where the booby traps are or risk getting DQ'd and that would suck. Then you have the Spider Maze from Muso. Jumping spider. Short spider climb, then a spider drop, then a zigzag spider climb. And then you open 2 heavy doors reminiscent of the spider trap. Finally, of course, Pythagoras. You're on a conveyor belt. There are 8 gates in front of you. For each one, you must solve a 2-digit addition or subtraction equation. And if you get it correct, you move on to the next gate. If you get it incorrect, you incur a 10-second penalty. If you somehow press the buzzer within 434 seconds, you're going to win $50,000. Top 55 move on, bottom 20 don't. Stage 2 will have 20 eliminations. We're going to kick it off right now. Music is up. Running first is number 1. And that kind of checks out for this dude. Because it's Aaron Giacomo. Former two-time semifinalist, timing out on gate 2 of Pythagoras. Deep run to start the stage. Down to 3 debutantes, down to 5 women and 12 shatters. Still got a lot of heavy hitters left. Tobias Planger trying to be one of them. But he cannot. His Hawkeye Road takes him out very early on. Second of the Hawkeye Roads, or second of the Hawkeyes. Two-time Sasuke finalist Ryo Matachi. Big return. He saves on the Hawkeye Road. Getting all the way to Pythagoras. Nearly reaching the second half of that obstacle. Davis White. Whoa, failing on the spider maze, but deep run. That is a good run for sure. First chatter tonight, Jimmy Chang. Reaching stage 2, finally. Failing on the Hawkeye Road. So you cannot, as I always say, you can't take a single one of these obstacles for granted. They will come back to bite you. So tough, this. Donovan Matoyer. Classy Ninja taken out by the peg maze. Cunningham strikes again. Paulus Lansford. Early on the warp wall. And then the shelves of the memory tower. Rough run so far for Lansford. Good enough for 4th out of 7. Again, 20 eliminations. Want to be higher up there. Tom Alberti. Oh, timing on gate 6. Tom Alberti, in his 15th appearance, saves on gate 3 and times out on gate 6 after a 10-second penalty on gate 4. If it wasn't for that 10-second penalty, he may have gotten very much farther. Man, that was close. Avintan Cho Kwang approaching that 20th appearance. This is appearance number 19 for them. Getting a new personal best. Getting all the way to Pythagoras. Saving on the spider walk segment of the spider maze. Getting all the way to gate 1 of Pythagoras. Very impressive. Alex Romer.
Hello there.
Hello, Pete. Alex Romer running next. We're currently in stage 2. Like early on in stage 2. Romer saving on the spider maze, timing out on the zigzag corner. Second appearance, Alex Matthews. He was a debutant last week. Spider drop. God, that obstacle's tough. Rate is either an 8 or a 9. Although I don't think now would be a good time to chat because the ratings are Joseph Meissner trying to get back to the back half. Doing a good job so far, timing out on gate 3. Here we go. Mir Malik. 2-time semi-finalist. Ooh, on the run to gate 4. Next, Jackson Twait. And I will say, a few of the placements have been swapped for reasons you'll see later. Jackson Twait. Running next. Timing out on the spider maze. Timing out on the spider maze, man. This stage is actually a mix of Scalding Shores and cyberspace. Ethan Gardiolski, I had to get his name planned on, there we go. Trying to get to stage 5 for the second time. Doing a damn good job so far. Reaching gate 3. RJ Roman, the loose cannon. Saving on tactical parlay, but failing on the peg maze. Oh, that's rough. Jalisa Hinka. Third appearance. Oh, refresh a bit of stamina after the spider maze. And that cost her the rest of her time. I don't know if she even attempted Pythagoras. She reached it, so I guess that counts. What's up? Koji Saikawa. Oh, the spider maze. Again, it's very tough. and this is what I'm talking about, by the way. Notice the name and notice the number on their name tag. wait, never mind. He wasn't not even in it. Because the main character of the show called 24 is Jack Bauer. And number 24, figured to be funny that number 24 is Jack Bauer. Anyway, co-host of Omega, Betty Kint. Memory Tower, though. Oh, it's so tough. Here's the thing, though. He is 20. Oh, never mind. He's 16th out of 19. Yeah, let's go to the top. Personal best is in stage 1. EDW Enzo De Ferrari Wilson, former finalist, coming out on gate 2 for save on the spider drop. Here comes the Scotsman, Allier. Ooh, a save on the zigzag climb, just a timeout on the spider trap. Spider. Did lose Soderman, so here comes Kondo. Ooh, gate 3. Definitely a new PB. The Faux Dragon, Hurricane Casillas. And he definitely gets a new personal best, although 16th out of 23 is not the spot you want to be in. Dave Kavanaugh in his 7th appearance, stopped by Hawkeye Road. Next debutant, John Mack. Bested by the Pac-Mates. Again, Cunningham's Cookout. Obstacle. Taking heads. This man has been going ballistic on stage 1 in Sasuke recently. Taking the fastest time, I believe, in the last few tournaments. Hayate Kajihara. And I learned that very recently. And hosting Omega for as long as I have, I've learned a lot about a lot of competitors, which is awesome. But Kajihara is unfortunately stopped by the Spider Maze. Corinne Capriotti, appearance number 10, across 27 tournaments, stopped by Hawkeye Road. Really hoping that this era isn't going to be the Omega equivalent of the renewal era in Sasuke. Jean-Lucas Schmidt. Another chatter. Oh, Spider Maze. I mean, hey, that is a deep run. 19th out of 28. Oh god, we're not even happy for what's left of the roster. Azazi. Kareem El Azazi. Daggers, I gotta pick up the pace here. Seth Lambert. Ooh. Nobody's cleared so far, and I believe Alberti still holds the lead. That's good. Spider-Man takes him out of it. Very well. Jump to the Spider-Man. James the Beast McGrath. Stopped by the zigzag climb. And Spider-Man is taking a lot of it. Luke Dillon. Saving on Hawkeye Road. Ooh! Does incur a 10-second penalty on Pythagoras. Gets him in a second. Luke Dillon. Very good start so far. Eliza Browning meanwhile. Oh, gate 6! Very deep run into Pythagoras for the entrepreneur. Flamenco. Refreshed a bit of his stamina after Spider Maze. But he does time out on Pythagoras as a result. Two people. Moving on to Jun Sato. Here's number 24, stopped by the spider drop. Which is funny, considering the shenanigans that he pulled in Sasuke's spider run. Because apparently they had to change it. Arthur Schreiber. Never mind, stopped by Hawkeye Road. Sandro Scheibler. Not stopped by Hawkeye Road, in fact, stopped by the Spider-Man. K-Rod, Kevin Rodriguez. Ooh, hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4. The run to gate 5.
Also, do you know if the buffs since the worlds have been set in yet?
Good question. I do not remember hearing about any buffs, unfortunately.
Okay, yeah, just checking.
I'm not very knowledgeable in terms of individual stats here.
Oh, no problem.
Good question. Addie Herman tried to get a new personal best. She will. In fact, she reaches Pythagoras. 2.7 is nothing to scoff at. Flip. Ooh, hold on. Save on gate 1. 10-second penalty on gate 4, costing the rest of his gate 4. Man, dude, I feel bad for both of those, dude. Your 25th appearance and you're eliminated on stage. Man, that sucks. Brett Strong. Never mind, Hawkeye Road. We are 42 runs in. We're gonna start seeing eliminations soon. Zach Stolz. Trying not to be one of them. 33rd out of 43. Just outside of the bottom 10. Not where you want to be, though. Michel Lazic. Oh, Hawkeye Road. Oh, he's second to last. That's rough. Northbound John. Saving on Hawkeye Road, but stopped by the Spider-Manes. Mr. Musso, Philip Scott. Misses on the warp wall, but stopped by the Spider-Man. I can't talk to it. What's it? Stop. Never seen that before. That's interesting. Akshara Papu. Anyway, saving on Hawkeye Road, getting all the way to gate 4 of Pythagoras. Again, this stage, this course is so, like, as you go further into this course, the margin of error becomes smaller and smaller, until eventually it just becomes non-existent. I mean to turn on that hotkey, but it's off now. Yeah, my model has hotkeys. Just never turn them off. Potentially. Ilion Sharif, meanwhile. Ooh, gate 4. Going up for 5th. And Alberti still holds the lead. Jacob Arnstein, meanwhile. Ooh. Another still on gate 4. He does save on Hawkeye Road, though. Daniel Gill. Gate 5. Okay. He is half. He was about to say. Egan Stein. Hawkeye Road. So tight. Asa Reynolds. Never mind. Also stopped by Hawkeye Road. Noah Munier. Never mind. Also stopped by Hawkeye Road. Miyaoka. Not stopped by Hawkeye Road. In fact, he actually reaches Pythagoras. Timing out on the run to gate 2. Yusuke Morimoto. Ooh, reaching gate 4. Timing out on Pythagoras. No clears so far. Again, any clears win $50,000. Jack Andrews. And our first elimination is Jimmy Chang. Of course, the first elimination is a chatter. That's the wrong number, okay? Andrews is stopped on Pythagoras after refreshing stamina on... Okay, Okay, that people were doing that a lot, unfortunately. Jimmy Chang's out of it. Mikhail Lazic is about to be out of it. About to be down to 2 debutants. Kane Casillas is moving on to stage 3. Kai Beckstrand. Stopped by the Spider Maze. 28 out of 55. Definitely good enough to move on. Lazic is out of it. We are down to 2 debutants. Davis White, John Mack. One of them will be your best debutant for this week. Become number 51 in next week's roster. Isaiah Thomas, the Flyboy. Stopped on Hawkeye Road. And I do not think that will be good enough to move on. Yeah, Max Zona is now guaranteed to move on. We're about to lose the Flyboy in the former finals. Caprioti is out of it. We're down to 4 women left. Planger is on the bubble. Okay, we lost Caleb Bergstrom and Jackson Eridos in back-to-back runs, which was actually tragedy. Sean Bryan, Papal Ninja, will not be your new last Chatter standing. We will have a new Chatter's champion. Sean Bryan will not be it. Man, this is a rough start. Evan White. Stopped on the Spider Maze, eliminates Planger, puts Dave Kavanaugh on the bubble. James McGrath is now guaranteed to move on. Keitaro Yamamoto eliminates Kavanaugh. Stopped on the Spider Maze. Schreiber's on the bubble. Here comes Yossi. Ooh, Reese's Pythagoras getting to gate 8. Eliminates Schreiber. Puts Brett Strong on the bubble. Beast still guaranteed to move on. Mr. Burnout, Jarrah Boyd. Stopped on the Spider Maze. Good enough to move on and eliminate Brett Strong, putting Noah Munier on the bubble. Here comes Samyach. And no! Of all the places, how is that only good enough for second? You know what? I'm gonna give him the I don't it's weird. Samyach. He gets a 10-second penalty on gate 8 of all places. A little bit. Samyach nearly one freaking gate and run to the buzzer away from $50,000. Munier's out of it. Aikenstein's on the bubble. Technician Tyler Smith. I think he'd do well in this stage. He does decent. 10-second penalty on gate 3. Eliminates Aikenstein. I think it's down to single digits in Chatters. Asa Reynolds is on the bubble. Caden Lebsack running next. Still got 2 debutants left. And Lebsack, after save on the peg maze, times out on gate 6 with a run to gate 7. Very impressive. Eliminates Reynolds, but Isaiah Thomas on the bubble. Gavin Obi running next. Oh, gate 8! Oh, gets just as far as Samyach did. Save on gate 3. Eliminates Thomas. Puts Matoyer on the bubble. We move on to Hans Hertz. 40th out of a lot. He's gonna move on. Eliminate Donovan Matoyer and put Venny Kins on the bubble. Man, that sucks. Left in the top 10 now, starting with Daniel Mason. Never mind. Hawkeye Road takes him out of it. Drew Becker, Faraday Bev. No! Stopped on the peg maze. Philip Scott's guaranteed to move on. Venny Kins, unfortunately, will not. Hollis Lansford, is on the bubble. Philip Scott's guaranteed to move on now. Cody Benaway. Never mind. Does not bode well for Vance Walker. Oh! Oh, he times out on the run to the buzzer. No! Vance Walker came to play. Just feet away from $50,000. Eliminates Lancer, though. Puts Roman on the bubble. Gianluca Schmidt is guaranteed to move on. Taylor Green. Oh, hello. Wait. Yo! Holy crap. Taylor Green gets into the top 10. Roman's out of it. Schrewbacker's on the bubbles. We move on to Clément Gravier, because apparently we lost Jackson Erados stage 1. I still can't believe that. Clément Gravier, Omega's tragic hero, is our first clear on freaking Manjo Maze tonight. I gotta get the clear B gem up. There we go. Clément Gravier. Why is it taking so long? Because ads. Stop it. Clément Gravier is $50,000 rich. Oh boy. 74 runs in, 1 clear. He's definitely moving on. He will take the lead. And he's going to win $50,000. I believe that is his first clear on Manjo Maze Mark II. Very impressive.
Yay!
Good job.
How did Erdos fail stage 1?
Yeah. I still can't believe it. Becker's out of it. Zach Stoll's just going to... What?
Oh, I was just saying he's like one of the best, so quite surprising.
Yeah, he's number 1 in the world right now.
Oh yeah, he did.
Yeah, this roster tends to be stacked. Speaking of which, your number 100, Sam, one of these two is going to move on. Zach Stolz or Sam Folsom. And it's going to be Sam Folsom, 1 clear on the stage, but 75 people moving on, regardless. So, Clément Gravier, good job. You win $50,000. Clear overview. Blech. Clear overview. I can't talk. Davis White and John Mack are the only debutants left. Lisa Hinka. Addie Herman. Nora Brown John. Aksha Papu. Yep, Taylor Green. Down to 4. 7 chatters left. Alvin Tom Chung Kwong. Hurricane Casillas. John Lucas Smith. James McGrath. Philip Scott. Mr. Musso. Jack Andrews. Jared Boyd. Not Jared Boyd. Jared Boyd is not a chatter. What am I talking about? 7 chatters left. We move on to stage 3. Oh, this is gonna be a turbulent tournament if we're losing this many heavy hitters, this early on. It's actually crazy. Yeah, your best debutant this week is either going to be Davis White or John Mack. Stage 3 out of 8 is coming up right now. This world, like any other, has its landmarks. It has its highs, and it has its lows. But this particular place is the highest peak, or rather, peaks of them all. Stage 3 is Mount Borealis and Mount Betelgeuse. The official name is Twin Peaks. It is a split decision burnout stage consisting of 8 obstacles. There have been a few adjustments. Firstly, Mount Borealis consists of 8 obstacles. The first new obstacle is Devil Steps from Sasuke. Specifically the Shin era of Sasuke. A hanging open staircase that competitors climb on the underside of, using only their hands. Another new obstacle in Area 51. A series of overhead circular holes that competitor must traverse from underneath using their hands and legs. I can't talk. Everything else, though, should be familiar. we've seen in previous tournaments, arrow jumps from Proto Sasuke. A series of overhead, slightly sloped boards that competitors must shimmy across and lâcher between. Donkey Teeth, which I believe is from, no, it's from the Shark Tank. 6 book holes placed in a semicircle as if their teeth extend from a jaw. Kicking off the back half of the stage is Cornice Alley. Competitors jump between 2 suspended square prisms and across 4 ascending cliff ledges at varying angles. Flying S-flags from Sasuke Nitro. Similar to the first half of Fallout, competitors must use the switch groups, one hand on one side, one hand on the other side of the blockade, to make 7-foot laches. Then, of course, you have the Heartbreaker from Viking. 3 vertical boards, 2 horizontal boards, and a 2.2-meter jump. Then, it's Articuno, a more difficult version of the ice picks where the athlete places nunchucks with hooks in a series of small rings of varying heights and distances. But if you recall, there's not just one legendary bird at the end of the stage, there's 2, because this is Mount Beetlejuice. Grinding gears, again, a few new obstacles. The doorknob's version of grinding gears. Competitors cross doorknob holds affixed to 3 intertwined gears, each gear spinning in the opposite direction of the one adjacent to it. Okay, mouse can stop. My cursor can stop disappearing. The Cycle is an obstacle with 4 spinning wheels. 3 of them rotate together like the kaleidoscope, and the 4th only has 1 handle at the top. The athlete must hold on as it rotates down like the second wheel of padlock. Again, something I forgot to mention, it is a burnout stage, so we'll rest this. Wingnut Alley EX, 5 wingnuts with direction changes in mid-air rotations. Is from Muso. Freaking nail clip from A&W. Hanging cylinders with thick affixed legs that the competitor uses to rotate and lock into place, allowing them to progress between cylinders. Vetted by Calvin Boyce and made its first appearance in A&W, kicking off the back half, is Tick-Tock Clock. 2 crazy clocks, each of which is followed by a hanging circle pendulum. Second hanging circle spin is from the Shark Tank. Thunderclock. From the WNL. A pair of long boards with thin cliff ledges, one ascending and one descending on center spinning axes, with a sloper hold in between from the WNL. And of course, Moltres, the other legendary bird in this stage, is an alternate version of Angry Birds. There's your stage 3. Enough yapping from me. We're gonna kick off stage 3. Killer of stage 2, I keep forgetting to mention, aside from Pythagoras, obviously, is the Spider Maze. Kicking things off, again, is Aaron Majiakomo. You're a #1 runner. Let's see how he fares in stage 3 tonight. Now Beetlejuice. Oh, he reaches Thunderclap. Oh, that's close. I did remember to add not add any response, correct? Yes, I did. Okay. Rio Matachi plungers out of it. Mount Borealis, but he's stopped by the arrow jumps. Davis White, trying to become your best debutant. This will be his only chance to do so. Now Beetlejuice does not fare particularly well, failing on the grinding gears. Tom Alberti running next. Let's see what he picks. Mount Borealis getting all the way to the Heartbreaker. Tom Alberti reaches 3.7. Definitely moving on to stage 4. Because there's no way that the other freaking 55 people, or 51 people, I guess, are going to get all the way to the Heartbreaker. Again, I forgot to mention, top 40 move on, bottom 15 are out. 15 eliminations on the stage. Abington Chong Klung. Never mind, Devil Steps.
Dang.
Alex Romer, the 3rd time be the charm tonight. Early fail on Mount Borealis, on the Donkey Teeth. It's such a difficult obstacle. Alex Matthews. Saving on the Devil Steps, failing on the Donkey Teeth as well. Again, these obstacles are so difficult. Joseph Meissner taking on Mount Borealis, saving on the arrow jumps and failing on the Donkey Teeth. I think we're starting to see a pattern here. Specifically failing on the 6th book. Chapter 6 of Donkey Teeth. Amir Malik, meanwhile. Oh! Also reaching the Heartbreaker. We may get a clear tonight. And whoever beats this stage somehow will receive $80,000 because there's 8 obstacles on the stage. And if you do beat it, it's going to be buffed next week. That's fun. Yeah. Jackson Twait. Ready next. Taking on Mount Borealis, failing on the arrow jumps. He may not be moving on. May not last much longer. Gardzielski. Mount Beetlejuice. And he reaches Thunderclap. Oh boy. Deep runs into stage 3 already. Zelisa Hinka, meanwhile, taking out Mount Borealis and keeping that fail streak. Bringing back the fail streak on the Donkey Teeth. Look at this. Koji Saikawa has made it all the way here. Going for Mount Borealis and failing even earlier on the Donkey Teeth. I wonder what the crux of the stage is. Enzo. Going for Mount Borealis. Reaching the Flying S grabs. After a save on Cornus Alley. How about the Scotsman there? Ali Hay. Cornus Alley. Failing on that first cube. Kondo. Mount Borealis. Reaching the Heartbreaker. Is the Shin Sasuke finalist. What? Sorry. Meanwhile, Hurricane Casillas. Never mind the arrow jumps. Man, that sucks. John Mack. Trying to become our best debutant. Arrow jumps as well. Hajihara. Get a new personal best. He's got to beat either Area 51 or the cycle. So he chooses. Oh no! He gets a new personal best by 1 obstacle. Failing on the arrow jumps. John Lucas Schmidt. Running next. For Mount Borealis as well. Saving on Cornus Alley, but failing on the first of the ledges. Karim El Azazi. That's the wrong tab. Again, Mount Borealis, failing on Donkey Teeth. Seth Lambert. Mount Beetlejuice, but he fails on the cycle. Man, someone finally attempted Mount Beetlejuice. Man. Max Gunna. Mount Borealis. Also reaching the Heartbreaker is Max Gunna. Is this stage even physically possible? I mean, the stage is not meant to be cleared anyway, so. Well, maybe a good thing. James McGrath. Never mind. Arrow jumps. Stops the beast in his tracks. For a moment. Luke Dillon. Also going from Mount Borealis and reaching the Heartbreaker. Wow! We are 25 runs in. We're going to start seeing eliminations soon. We are hour 14 in. Elijah Browning. Oh, very early fail on Mount Borealis. Failing on the arrow jumps. Fomenko. Mount Beetlejuice, but failing on the cycle. Before it could even change the freaking backgrounds. Oh, Howell. Mr. Parkour there. It's Jun Sato. Borealis. Hold on. Flying S grabs. Good enough for 7th. 5 people have reached the freaking Heartbreaker. Oh my god. God help me if somebody passes it. Sandro Scheibler. Mount Borealis again. Donkey Teeth. K-Rod. Mount Beetlejuice. And he reaches Thunderclap. 3.6B. That's crazy. Someone actually attempted finally. Eddie Herman. Back to Mount Borealis. Streak. Saving on Donkey Teeth, but failing on the fourth book. After she saved on the second one. Flip! Never mind. Devil Steps takes its first victim. Or its third victim. Man, that sucks. Nora Brown John. Next. Borealis. Flying S-Grabs. Good enough. Just misses out on the top 5. Philip Scott, Mr. Musso ready next. Mount Beetlejuice. Hold on. Thunderclap. Philip Scott. He just got a buzzer at A&W recently. And he gets all the way to 3.6B. That is incredible. He may take the all-time progress record from Sean Bryan soon. Hopefully, someone takes it. I don't know. Nothing against Sean Bryan. I just want to see the chatters get far. Akshara Papu. Now Borealis again. Although she gets all the way to the end of the Heartbreaker. Oh, wow. Flip high. Nah. Akshara Papu, in terms of overall progress, she does take first. But she did not get there the quickest. Or quicker than any of the top 5, so she's out of the top 5. Leon Sharif, meanwhile. Now Borealis, saving on the arrow jumps, failing on Cornice Alley. 36 runs in, a few runs away from the first eliminations. Jacob Ornstein hoping to not be one of them on Mount Beetlejuice, reaching tick-tock clock. Very impressive. Kingdom Ninja, Daniel Gill, Mount Borealis, Cornice Alley, after save on the Donkey Teeth. Oh, Ryosuke Miyaoka, saving on the arrow jumps, getting to the Heartbreaker and taking the lead from Tomo Birdie. Oh, the Salaryman kicking ass. Yusuke Morimoto, meanwhile, Mount Beetlejuice. And he does just as well. In fact, he does even better. He reaches the Monstro Inverter. Somehow that's only good enough for 8th. That's crazy. Because several people have gone to the Heartbreaker. Jack Andrews. Also going for Mount Beetlejuice. Tick-tock clock. First elimination is Flip. Damn. Abentan Chong Kwang on the bubble. Eddie Herman's guaranteed to move on. She's going back to stage 4. Kai Beckstrand hoping to join them. Mount Borealis, though, stopped on Cornice Alley. And it is good enough to eliminate Abentan Chong Kwang, putting us down to 6 chatters. Evan White. Mount Beetlejuice, but he is stopped by the Wingnut Alley EX. Eliminates Davis White. Wait, that's crazy. That's crazy. Evan White eliminates Davis White. I don't know if that's hilarious or actually depressing. Hold on, I gotta get a screenshot of that. That's crazy. That's crazy. Keitaro Yamamoto. Here come the Yamamotos. First is Keitaro. Going for Mount Beetlejuice. Reaches Thunderclap. Eliminates Seth Lambert. Fomenko's on the bubble. Alex Romer is guaranteed to move on. I believe... Wasn't he a TV tall? No, he's not a TV tall. Romer is guaranteed to move on to stage 4. Lambert's out of it. So he will not move on to stage 4. Fomenko might not either. Yoshiyuki Yamamoto hoping to move on as well. Saving on Devil Steps on Mount Borealis, reaching the Heartbreaker, taking 3rd from Amir Malik. Eliminating Flamenco, putting Evan White on the bubble. He eliminated Davis White by a few spots. Wait, Davis White was the debutant. That means John Mack. John Mack is your best debutant for this week. And it's only the second, believe it or not, it's only the second time that your best debutant for the week has been a man. Well, Flamenco's out of it. Evan White's on the bubble. I don't know what's gonna happen to John Mack. One thing we do know is that running next is Merston. What the heck am I talking about? I cannot talk to Mr. Burnout, Shara Boyd, going from Mount Borealis, reaching the Heartbreaker, taking 4th. Eliminating Evan White, Kane Casillas is on the bubble. Hurricane can't catch a break. Samyach, Mount Borealis, flying S grabs. He does reach the back half of the stage, eliminating the Faux Dragon. Down to 5 chatters. Kajihara is on the bubble. Technician, Tyler Smith. Never mind, stopped by the arrow jumps, eliminates Kajihara. Koji Saikawa is guaranteed to move on now. And Tyler Smith is in the bottom 5. He may be out of it soon. And so is John Mack. So is Elijah Browning. So is James McGrath. Oh god, that bottom 5 is stacked. Kane Lepsak running next. Running next. Mount Beetlejuice. He saves on the grinding gears, but he is stopped by the Wingnut Alley EX, and that is not good enough to move on. Lepsak is out of it. Somebody's happy because they're now guaranteed to move on to stage 4. Gavin Obi running next. Also going for Mount Beetlejuice. Saving on the nail clipper. Reaching the monster inverter. And still, that's not good enough to even get in the top 10. Obi in 11th. Twait's out of it. Kareem Elazazi is now guaranteed to move on. James McGrath is on the bubble. We're approaching what's left of the top 10. Hans Hertz running next. Mount Borealis saving on the donkey teeth, but failing on the jump on the Heartbreaker. That is the all-time progress record for this version of the stage. For this week, at least. Hans Hertz may receive $5,000. James McGrath, though, unfortunately is out of it, putting us down to 4 chatters. Elijah Browning is on the bubble. Oh my god, more than half of the top 10 from last week is out of it already. We went from number 90 to number 96, and it's Vance Walker. Mount Borealis. Oh! Articuno, he clears! What the hell?
Oh.
Vance Walker wins $80,000! The Texas Ninja is our first clear on this version of Mount Borealis. It's getting buffed next week. It's gonna have 9 obstacles. Oh my god. The Texas Ninja, the 2-time A&W champion, the 5-time Omega semi-finalist, is $80,000 richer. That is actually incredible. On top of that, it eliminates Elijah Browning. We are 1 for 52. John Mack is on the bubble. Kareem Elazazi still guaranteed to move on. Taylor Green, how the hell do you respond to that? By failing on the arrow jumps and getting eliminated. We will have a new women's champion, too. Taylor Green's out of it. Mac is about to be eliminated. Clement Gravier running next. Borealis saving on the donkey teeth. He reaches Articuno after a save on the Heartbreaker. Holy crap. Miss on ring 2 on that second movement proves to be costly. John Mack, he tried his damnedest, but unfortunately he's just gonna miss out on stage 3. that will do it for the debutantes. John Mack is out of it. Tyler Smith is on the bubble. One of these two heavy hitters is going to move on. It's either going to be the technician, Tyler Smith, or the barn burner, Sam Folsom. Going for Mount Borealis. He saves on the corner's alley, fails on the flying S-grabs, but that is good enough to eliminate Tyler Smith. Ryo Matachi just makes it to stage 4. Let's see the clear over. Oh, I can't believe that. Mount Borealis is getting buffed next week. Thanks to the Texas Ninja. We're out of debutantes. We have a few women left. Elisa Himka, Addie Herman, Nora Brown John, Oxtra Pop. 4 women left. Still a clear. We're still, I believe we're at 5 chapters. Or 4 chapters. Gardzielski, Schmidt, Scott, Andrews. One of these 4 is going to be your new Chatters champion. Killer of the stage is the Heartbreaker. 10 people reached it. By a factor of 1, Arrow Jumps is in second. Donkey Teeth not by a factor of 1, by a margin of 1. By a margin of 1, Donkey Teeth is in third, Arrow Jumps is in second. Man, that's close. We're going to move on, though, to stage 4 and round out the front half of this course. Tyler Smith, though, just missing out on stage 4. Running first is Majai Como, still at number 1. And the margin of error on this course is becoming thinner and thinner, smaller and smaller. And once you get far enough, the margin of error will be literally infinitesimal in comparison. There's already no room for error as is. Especially in something like stage 4. We're going to get into it right now. As you reach the halfway point of this grueling course, you see a floating island in the sky. Way up there rests your next challenge. Stage 4 is New Babylon. It is a mixed progression stage consisting of 10 obstacles, no time limits. Horizontal segment is the Library of Babel. First is the Crazy Hill Run from Proto Sasuke. 2 angled platforms, not Proto Sasuke, 2 angled platforms with a ring swing to transfer between them. Falling Shells, a version from AW12, which is supposedly easy. 3 swinging X-shaped boards with ledges at competitor laches across. The last board requires a reverse grab, so essentially swing edge before swing edge. Next is the Hourglass Drop. This is the version from AW7. Hourglass Drop. This configuration is board, trampoline, board. Directly into Time Bomb. 2 cannonballs affixed to rings shaped similar to a kettleball that must be moved across a series of spinning hooks. So difficult this from A&W. Candelabra, a scrapped obstacle from Proto Sasuke, 5 wind chimes and 5 ropes attached to an overhead board on a pivot. Capping off the horizontal segment, the Library of Babel, is Lethal Library. Thinly enough. Competitors climb up a tilting Devil Steps rig that becomes descending Devil Books once they reach the fulcrum. They then jump from a super tramp to a book sled, the Sharp Tank. Kicking off the vertical segment, the Tower of Babel. And I completely forgot to remove one of the last 2 obstacles. This stage is not going to be hopefully remember by next week. Super Lumberjack Climb. A version of the Lumberjack Climb that starts similar to the Spider Flip, requiring competitors to climb around a 90-degree upwards turn before beginning their ascent. So a mix of the Spider Flip and the Lumberjack Climb. On guard ladder, Zudon. Version of the salmon ladder where competitors use the on-guard's telescopic bar to climb up rungs, some of which are blocked by plexiglass, forcing the competitors to retract the bar. Because from Proto Sasuke, it is difficult. Standalone version of the elevator climb. From A&W, competitors use a set of handles to climb directly vertical, sliding the handles up a track. The handles lock in whenever they are pulled down on. Finally, the magic ladder. Standalone version, of course. Competitors hang from 2 triangular holds, pushing them upwards so that they can be caught on pulleys, allowing them to ascend. Top 30 move on to the back half of the course. Only 10 eliminations this time around. 4 chatters, 4 women. How many of them, if any, will survive? Move on to the back half of the course. We're a few minutes away from finding out. Running first is Aaron Majaya-Como. Reaching Candelabra. Very impressive. Ryo Matachi. 135. Ooh, time bomb. Oh, not as far as Majaya-Como. Wow. Tomo Birdie in his 15th appearance. Hourglass drop. Such a difficult These obstacles are so difficult. Alex Rummer. Never mind. Saving on the first shelf just to fail on the second. It's rough. Alex Matthews, his second attempt, is stopped on time bomb. Joseph Meissner. Oh, hold on. Reaching the on-guard ladder. Oh, he may move on for sure. Mir Malik hoping to join him. Not likely. Time bomb. Gardielski. Again, these obstacles are so difficult. Gardielski! Lethal Library. Second only to Meissner. Farthest fastest will receive something, probably 5,000. Jalisa Himka. Standing on the falling shelves, but failing on the time one. Saikawa. Whoa. Not too good. This time, falling shelves. Here comes Enzo. Ooh. Oh! On guard ladder, Judon. Multiple misses on time bomb and a save on the hourglass drop. Man, this course is tough. Ali Hay. The Scotsman. Stopped on time bomb. Kondo. Also stopped on time bomb. Jean-Luca Schmidt. Easily getting a new personal best, and unfortunately it will be 4.2. Kareem El Azazi. Also on 4.2. New personal best. A new PB is a new PB. Max Gunna, one stage away from a shot at him. He's just got to beat him out. New Babylon. And he might do that. Lethal Library. He's 3rd out of 16. Yeah, he's definitely moving on. Moving on, sorry. 10 eliminations this time. Luke Dillon. You've got to be careful. You cannot afford to slip up here. 7th out of 17. Good enough. But it's going to be by the skin of his teeth. Jun Sato. Whoa, time bomb. But again, good enough to move on. As long as you avoid the bottom 10 like the Blade, you're going to move on. Scheibler. Reaching Lethal Library. 5th out of 19. K-Rod. Ooh! Oh, he nearly reaches the freaking elevator climb. I might just take out the elevator. Yeah, I'll just keep the elevator. Should I keep the elevator climb or the magic climb? I might remove one of them this week. Make it actually possible. Herman. Never mind. Falling shelves. We're gonna be down to at least, mostly, 3 women. Northbound John. One of them. Oh, on guard ladder. Very impressive. Philip Scott. Never mind. Stopped on the crazy hill run, which takes his first victim. He will be down to at most 3 chatters. Hawks are popping. Oh, Oh, stop that candelabra. Leon, Sharif. Never mind, falling shelves. Arnstein. Non-lethal library. Interesting. Daniel Gill. Also taken out on the Crazy Hill Run. Damn, that sucks. Miyoka. Oh! Elevator climb! First person to reach that tonight. Yusuke Morimoto is out on the hourglass drop. Oh, he might just miss on the backhand. Oh, 20th out of 29. He needs at least one person to fail to not get as far as he did. Otherwise, he will be out of it. Jack Andrews. No, he needs someone to fail before the hourglass drop. Time Bomb takes out Jack Andrews. That will be good enough to move on. Kai Beckstrand. Time Bomb. Things are not looking good for Yusuke. Gill's first out of it.
Heading out, but I'll try to be back. I'm not sure, but yeah.
Okay.
See ya.
Daniel Gill, unfortunately, first out of it. Philip Scott's on the bubble. Yusuke maybe P31. Unless somebody fails before the hourglass drop. Gill's out of it. Philip Scott on the bubble. Renee, nope. Keitaro Yamamoto running next. Oh wait, Keitaro Yamamoto is finally on stage 4. Almost digested him completely. Whoops, with a 6-figure number. And Keitaro, on guard ladder Judon, eliminates Philip Scott. Mr. Muso is out of it. 3 chatters left. Saikawa's on the bubble. Shalisa Himka, we will have a woman in stage 5. Yoshiyuki Yamamoto. He's doing well. Lethal Library. Things are not looking good for Yusuke. Eliminating Saikawa. Eddie Herman's on the bubble. Jera Boyd. Yusuke needs someone to fumble here. It won't be Jera Boyd. He reaches the Super Lumberjack climb. Eliminates Herman. Putting us down to 3 women. Gianluca Schmidt is on the bubble. Samiyach running next. He passes Yusuke. Failing on the Lethal Library. Eliminates Schmidt, putting us down to 2 chatters. I believe it's going to be either. We're going to see soon. I'm not sure. Romer's on the bubble. Oh, it is not looking, again, it's not looking good for Yusuke. He's in the bottom 5. And I believe there's 5 runners left. One of these heavy hitters has got to fumble, otherwise Yusuke is going to be out of it. Gavin Obi. It's not going to be him. Eliminates Romer. He fails Lethal Library. Kareem Elizazi. Hans Hertz. He passes Yusuke, getting all the way to the end of the Salmon Ladder Judon. Or the On Guard Ladder Judon, sorry. Vance Walker. Leon Sharif is on the bubble. Walker. He's going to the back half. He gets to the elevator climb. Eliminates Sharif. Tom Alberti's on the bubble. Clement, Cravier, and Sam Folsom are the only things standing between Yusuke and the back half of the course. Cravier passes Yusuke. On guard ladder. Yusuke is on the bubble. Eliminates Alberti. It's either going to be Yusuke Morimoto or Sam Folsom. It's Yusuke! Sam Folsom's out of it! Yusuke can breathe a sigh of relief! Oh boy, that was close. Sam Folsom is out of the equation on the falling shelves. He misses out on the back half of the course by 2 spots. Yusuke survives by the skin of his teeth. And if Sam Folsom made that last jump on the falling shelves, he would have just eliminated Yusuke Morimoto. We will have a new last man standing. It will not be Sam Folsom. Time Bomb, the killer of the stage. We are down to 2 chatters and 3 women. See the chatters. Gordulski. Jack Andrews. Ethan Gardilski. Jack Andrews. Some of the Longest performing shadows we've had in the span of Omega's history. 3 women left. Jalisa Himka, Nora Brown-John, and Akshara Papu. All of which have been former women's champions in Omega. Except, if I recall correctly, for Jalisa Himka. We'll check just to verify. I need to put best league tournament. Davis White. Davis White. Oh. Killer at the stage, time bomb. Yusuke was on the edge of his seat for a majority for the rest of that stage. He managed to survive. Unfortunately, it was at the expense of the last remaining Folsom. 2 of the top 10 left. The Texas Ninja and the Tragic Hero. Here is where we get into the nitty-gritty of this course. Oh, this is where it gets really tough. Because we're about to move on to stage 5 in the back half of the course. This is where the margin of error begins to dwindle. More and more. Even more than it already was. There was already no room for error as is in the front half of the course. But now we get to the back half. And this, and I always say this is where shit hits the fan.
It's got the kick.
That is an ad. Thank you, Guy Fieri. Turns out, at the summit of New Babylon was a portal. Anyone who enters it is taken to an unknown region of space. At first glance, it seems to be just a bunch of floating rocks and boulders. Announced in the 30 that remain, however, this is where the back half of the course begins. Stage 5 is the Asteroid Belt. It is a rock climbing stage consisting of 6 obstacles. No time limits for obvious reasons. First is the Circle Climb from Kosasuke. Clicker, a horizontal wall traverse with circular protrusions for the competitor's hands and feet. Dino Domain from Musa. Nope, from the Sharp Tank. Competitors climb the underside of an L-shaped plank like the spider flip, then dino up to a series of thick cylindrical jugs on an inverted wall. Created by Philip Scott for a scrapped gauntlet contest. Hang climbing from Sasuke. An inverted rock wall that the competitors climb with their hands and feet. Much easier than his A&W counterpart. Devil Roof, however, is anything but. A shallow pitch descending and ascending inverted rock wall similar to hang climbing with more difficult holds. First seen in Taiku World. Penultimate obstacle of this stage, rock problem. A rock problem, that's the name, on the underside of a flat wall. And finally, the crux of the stage, from Kunoichi, Musou Heki, the magic wall. A rock wall on a tall rectangular prism that requires the competitor to cross to the backside, then climb up a face that tilts backwards. So essentially 5 faces, the 4th of which is inverted. That'll be the last obstacle in this stage. What a way to kick off the back half of the course. 3 women, 2 chatters, 30 remain. Last week's clear rate, 30 in stage 5, 7 in stage 6, 3 in stage 7, none in stage 8. This stage is a wild card for sure. How many, if any, will move on to interstellar space and have a shot against FTL and beyond? We're a few minutes away from finding out. Running first, Aaron Majaya Como. He's a 2-time semifinalist. Make it 3 tonight. He's going to stage 6. We will not have a stage 5 black belt. Thank God, dude. Ryo Matashi, trying to get to stage 6 for the first time. He will not. Dino Domain stopped him in his tracks very early on. Alex Matthews reaching stage 5 in a second attempt. Bested by the hang climb. Meissner. And he's beaten stage 5 for the 4th time. He's going to stage 6. Amir Malik. Get back to stage 6. No, the double roof. Ethan Gardzielski. And Jack Andrews. One of these two is going to be your Chatters champion. Gardzielski going first. He fails on the rock problem. So all Andrews has got to do is pass rock problem. He will be your new Chatters champion. Shalisa Himka trying to become your new women's champion. And she's going to stage 6. Wow! The 3rd time was the charm for sure for Shalisa Himka. She's beaten stage 5 for the first time in her career. Incredible. Meanwhile, Enzo. Bested by the rock problem. He's beaten stage 5, 6 times. Tonight will not be number 7. Next, the Scotsman Ali Hay. Oh, how far will he go? No way. Ah, the rock problem. But incredible run so far. Incredible run for Ali Hay. Sochi Kondo. Oh no! Denied by the magic wall. So close. New personal best by a mile. Max Gunna. Reach stage... No. I was gonna say, can he reach stage 6 for the 3rd time in his career? He will not. Next to run is Luke Dillon. Last time he was here, he was bested by Dino Domain. Revenge tonight. Saving on the circle climbing. He gets revenge, but he's bested by the damn magic wall. So close. But hey, he got a new personal best. That little Jun Sato thing. Not great. Devil roof. We're still at 3 clears. Okay. We're nearly halfway through the stage. Scheibler. Devil roof. Oh boy. This is the part where things start to look a little more grim. K-Rod. Rock problem. Oh, these guys are dropping like flies on this stage. Space Elevator tends to demolish the top 10. This stage is demolishing everyone else. Shalisa Himka. She failed. Actually, did she? I don't think she did. No, she beat the stage, so in order to have a shot to become your new women's champion, Nora Brown-John has got to beat the asteroid belt. She will not! Circle climbing. She, once again, is bested by the asteroid belt. Will Aktra Papu fare any better? No, the hang climbing. We are down to... Wait, we're down to, I think... That makes Shalisa Himka your last woman standing. For the first time in her career, Shalisa Himka is your new women's champion. I don't think she's done it before. No, she's never done it. Shalisa Himka is, for the first time in her career, your new women's champion. Congrats. Because all the other women failed on stage 5. Jacob Arnstein, meanwhile, already got a new personal best by a mile. He's going to stage 6. He's never even been past stage 2. In his 3 attempts on Omega, he's going to stage 6. Holy crap. Yosuke Miyao, how will the Salaryman fit? Like, you better believe with that godly grip strength he's going to stage 6. For the 11th time in his career. But Yusuke Morimoto has a chance to do it for the 13th time. Saving on the hang climbing. He does! Yusuke is going to stage 6 for the 13th time. Holy crap. Jack Andrews. The only other chatter here was Gardilski, and he failed on the rock problem. So if Jack Andrews passes rock problem, he's gonna be your last chatter standing. Your new chatter's champion. Your new chatter's champion is Ethan Gardilski. Oh. By just a few movements. Ethan Gardilski, for the 3rd time, is your last chatter standing. And he is he's a 2-time chatter's champion. Alright. We know your last women's standing. We know your last chatter's champion. Right, we have our new women's champion. We have our new chatter's champion. We have our best debutant. All this left to the side is who will get the best result. Who will be your last man standing for tonight? We're still only at 6 glares. Kai Beckstrand running next. Make that 7. Keitaro Yamamoto. Surely he can do well in this. Oh, my. I'm gonna get halfway through. He cannot catch a break on this course. Yoshiyuki Yamamoto has a shot and a new personal best. He's just got to be circle climbing, which you think he would have done that already because it's such a free obstacle. He does, but he fails in hang climb. He's got to work on his rock climbing. Gerald Boyd, Mr. Burnout. And he's denied by the magic wall. So close to stage 6. It would have been the 4th time he reached it. Samiyach is trying to do it for the 8th time. And he does. 8 for 26. The most we can have is 12. Gavin Obi. Saving on the circle climbing, but failing on the Dino Domain. Rough run for Obi. Hans Hertz. Saving on the rock problem, he's going to stage 6 for the first time in his career. Hans Hertz, after saving on rock problem, finally gets to stage 6. Vance Walker trying to beat stage 5 for the 12th time. Can he? Yes! Double digits for the first time since a few weeks ago. Last runner tonight, Clement Gravier. And he's bested by the double roof. We're down to just 10. Oh boy. One woman left. Giacomo, Meissner, Elisa Himka, new women's champion, Arnstein, Miyaoka, Yusuke, Beckstrand, Samiyach, Hans Hertz, Vance Walker. I'm liking this roster. I'm liking what's left. Killer of the stage is a tie between Double Roof and Rock Climb. We're about to kick off stage 6. Hour and 54 in. This is where it hits the fan. Yeah, down to 10 left. These will be your top 10. They will come back next week, depending on how far they get. They will have a spot from 91 to 100 in Tournament 28 next week. But we're a few minutes away from finding out. Stage 6 coming up right now. 3 stages remain. We've now entered interstellar space. As the destination draws closer, however, the stars around us appear to be stretching. Rather than looking like little dots, they seem to look like lines. It's almost as if we're approaching light speed. Whoop. Okay. Stage 6 is FTL. Forlorn Twinkling Lights. I screwed up the animation, but it's fine. It consists of 11 obstacles and is divided into 2 segments. First is Spin Bridge EX2 from Musa. The Spin Bridge, but with 8 balls and vertical transitions, diagonal transitions after each game. Minefield, a classic obstacle from A&W, a series of cones and cannonballs that competitors must traverse through. V-Wing to Cargo from Ninja Warrior Germany. Competitors swing from a thick inverted V-hole to a cargo net which they must descend. Next, Earth from Super Render. A large ball that competitors ride across the top to reach the finished platform. No bike required for this version. Finally, capping off Blue Shift, the time segment, Magna Rocket Dragon, a super tramp jump to a giant post. The competitor then shimmies 90 degrees around the post and jumps to safety. Alternatively, Super Tramp into Hostile Toby or Hop Rocket B3. You pass this in under 95 seconds and you reach Redshift, an untimed segment, starting with the Jawbreaker. Qualifier 30. Competitors hop a bar into locking cradles at 45-degree angles, meaning that movement a total of 3 times. The third cradle hangs straight down, requiring a mid-air upward thrust, similar to the bear trap. This is directly into the Sleepy Sidewinder. Sharp Tank, Sasuke 39 Sidewinder with a spinning wall of pipe dreams before it. Ultimate Frisbee. The Rescue. The Rescue, of course. Competitors build up momentum while standing on a swinging pendulum and jump to the first of 2 spinning discs and Lachey Cross. This first seen in the WNA. Nice paint job, please. Competitors Lachey between sideways rotating boards using the fixed handles from the WNA. Next is Pinch Board from Muso. Assumedly invented by Caleb Bergstrom, the Air Server, a version of the Air Server where the handholds are vertical limit ledges. There's only one very small hop in the middle compared to the Air Server. It is very difficult. And finally, Over Under. Competitors Lachey to a bar which either tips forward if enough weight is put on it, or backward, which affects the difficulty of the Lachey to the next bar, invented by Kevin Breckney and used in A&W. And that is your Stage 6. How many, if any, will become a semi-finalist tonight? We're going to run Aaron Magiacomo first. Again, since he is number 1, or number 1 is still in it. He's trying to become a 3-time semi-finalist. Here we freaking go. Kicking off Stage 6 is Aaron Magiacomo. This is his 6th time reaching this point across his career. Saving on V-Wing to Cargo, but he fails on Earth. He will not become a 3-time semi-finalist. We're down to 9. Joseph Meister. 4-time reach in Stage 6. He reaches Redshift with a few seconds left. He's been to Stage 6 3 times. He's never attempted FTL. He'd be the first to become a semi-finalist tonight. He would be our 16th unique semi-finalist. In order to do that, though, he's got to beat Redshift. He's got job ready. Sleepy Sidewinder. Looking good so far. One more pillar. Ultimate Frisbee. Nice paint job. Pinch border. Oh, yes! Joseph Meister is our 16th unique semi-finalist. In his 4th attempt on Stage 6, he finally pulls it off. We will not have a Stage 6 wipeout. Thank God, dude. Chatters are out of it. I don't know why I said before. Here we go. The last woman standing, your new women's champion, Jalisa Himka, fails on spin bridge, and that will do it for the women. Down to 8. Next. Oh, all the way to 68. Jacob Arnstein. Never even been to the back half of this course. He's never been past stage 2 before tonight. He's going to redshift with, oh my, nearly, not even 2 seconds left. Can he become a semi-finalist in his 4th attempt? Can he really be 1 for 1 on stages 5 and 6? In this era, 3 and 4 and 5 and 6. Redshift. Saving on Jawbreaker. But he fails on Sleepy Sidewinder, and that puts us down to 7. But a damn good effort from Jacob Arnstein. I forgot his name. Yeah. Oh boy, Salaryman Ryosuke Miyaoka. He's trying to become a 6-time finalist, and he'll be doing it for the first time in OMEGA3. He's got Redshift. He's gotten Blue Shift down. He's just got to beat Redshift now. Ryosuke Miyaoka to take another shot against the Afterlife. Considering the state it's in, we're going to need every man we can get at this point. Jawbreaker. Sorry, Sleepy Sidewinder. Ultimate Frisbee. Nice paint job. Pinch border. You know the pinch border ain't gonna be no problem for this man. He beat VL Burst. I don't know why I was worried. Ryosuke Miyaoka is a 6-time semifinalist. One of the greatest to ever do it. Running next, though. May have a chance to one-up him. The way Salaryman did this man in Sasuke 42. Prince Yusuke Morimoto. He's gotten the he's gotten the red shift. Just outpaces Miyaoka. He will become a 7-time semifinalist. I believe that's the most stage 7 attempts in Omega's history, if not definitely up there. Just gotta beat Redshift. Yusuke Morimoto. He's beaten this before. Sleepy Sidewinder, though! Yusuke Morimoto is out of it. He is one up again by the Salaryman. 2 people in stage 7. How many runners left? 4 left to run. Running next, though, Kai Beckstrand. Unique semifinalist number 6 in Omega 3. He'll be a 4-time semifinalist if he beats FTL tonight, starting with Blue Shift. Beckstrand, a little low on time, but he manages to reach Red Shift again. Can become a 4-time semifinalist in his 19th appearance. Just gotta beat Red Shift. Jawbreaker. Sleepy Sidewinder. Will he pass Yusuke? He does. And he's on to the back half of Red Shift. Pinch border. He's going to stage 7. He is a 4-time semifinalist. Kai Beckstrand. I believe that also Ryosuke Miyaoka, I forgot to mention, is our 17th unique semifinalist in Omega 3. Samyach. Ready next. Shinor Samyach. This is his first time attempting FTL. How will he fare? I'm trying to say. He's going to red shift with just over 2 seconds left. Oh. I need to buff blue shift. Here's what it comes down to. Red shift. Samyach. Trying to become a 5-time semifinalist, but he's bested by the Jawbreaker. We only have a few runners left. Hans Hertz and Vance Walker. Ooh, things are looking a little grim right now. Hans Hertz, he's never even been to the back half of the course in this particular version of Omega. But he's made it all the way to stage 6, and he's trying to become a... Well, I almost digested the cookie. Trying to become a semifinalist. He's got to beat FTL. He's going to Redshift, and he's beating the Klaxon in the process. Hans Hertz. He's on a tear right now. But can he handle Redshift? Come on, Hans. Come on, Hans. Sleepy Sidewinder. Yusuke failed here earlier. He's got it. It's Frisbee. And then it's the back half of this segment. Pinch border. Hans Hertz is going to stage 7! Oh my god! Hans Hertz is our 18th unique semifinalist. We're down to 4. We may have 5. And look at this dude's stats, by the way. 11 times he's been to stage 6. He is a 5-time semifinalist. This is his 26th appearance. He's only missed 1 tournament. 2-time A&W champion, the Texas Ninja Vance Walker. Trying to become a 6-time semifinalist tonight. Can he handle FTL? He's been here before. He was bested by over-under. He saves on Magna Rocket Dragon. Oh, Vance Walker. He's just Redshift away from becoming a 6-time semifinalist. Can he handle Redshift? Come on, Vance. Sleepy Sidewinder might be a bit difficult for him, considering his cerebral palsy. Maybe that's not a problem for him. Ultimate Frisbee. Nothing he can't handle. Pinch border. Vance, it's going to stage. No! Denied again by over-under. Oh, God. I seriously thought he had that. So close. And we're down to 4. Sleepy Sidewinder, the killer, at the stage by a margin of 1. Oh, Vance. No. Joseph Meissner, Ryosuke Miyaoka, Kai Beckstrand, Hans Hertz. Only one of these 4 has been to this point in OMEGA³ before. This is what it all comes down to. Stage 7. Oh. This is where things get crazy. I mean, I say that with every stage, but this is where things get legitimately stupid. Here we go. 2 stages remain. This is where things get crazy. Normally at this point, there's an Afterlife themed stage, and that's no different this time around. But it's normally a split decision upper body gauntlet. In the new universe, though, the realms of the Afterlife have merged. So now, instead of having a choice of one of two upper body stages, now you gotta face them both. Stage 7 is Amalgamated Afterlife. It consists of 12 obstacles and is the most difficult upper body gauntlet in Ninja Machine's history, to my knowledge. Devil Books directly into the Doorknob Delta, mix of the Doorknob Grasper and the One-Link Dice. First split decision is between Big Red, a difficult cliffhanger with multiple crazy jumps, or Vertical Limit EX with multiple backwards transitions, or a backwards transition. Hell's Gate from Sasuke Nitro, a brutal twist on the floating monkey bars. Dragon Back, and a Again, there is a rest point between it and 7 circles of hell. Ring toss, sky hugs, ring jump, final ring, consecutively. Once you pass that, then you gotta face Utopia. First the highway to hell, and then the stairway to heaven. First is the Ferric Skyhooks, directly into the Upwinder. Literally the Sidewinder, but up. Second split decision, final split decision between the Cliffhanger Odyssey. Rounded ledges, slanted ledges, dropping ledges, you name it, it's got it. Or altitude. Proto-Sasuke, multiple vertical transitions. Flying Bar Triple Deluxe is a mix of the Noah's Ark, the Northeast Regional Flying Bar, and the Bear Trap. And it's Island of the I-Beams. Few have gotten to this point. A mix of the I-Beam Flip and the Hinge. And finally, 2 people have gotten to this point. Hoa, a buff version of the Kaleidoscope with 7 sets of progressively thinner ledges, the last of which requires a cross grab. It is a sloper grab. It is very difficult. 2 people have been to this point, and last week, Sam Folsom failed the literal last jump of Hoa. 1 jump away from the final stage. How many, if any, will complete this stage and move on to the final? We're about to find out. Running first is Joseph Meister, which is crazy. Yeah, we have 4 left. It's Meissner, Miyoka, Kai Beckstrand, and Hans Hertz. None of which have been to this point before, except for Kai Beckstrand. So it's going to be interesting to see how these competitors handle it. 4 athletes now face the amalgamated afterlife. First to run tonight. He's never been to stage 6 before tonight. He's literally sight red FTL, and now he is a semi-finalist. College student, hailing from the United States, Joseph Meister. He's our first runner of 4 tonight on stage 7.
So wait, what?
That is an ad. There we go. Joseph Meissner. All I can say to you is good luck, because my god, you're going to need it. First is Dystopia. Devil Books. See if you can handle it. This is his best chance by far to take a shot against the Phoenix tonight. Hello, Alex. Joseph Meister making his way through Doorknob Delta. It's going to take a little bit. It is a stamina drainer. And it takes out Joseph Meister. But he's 1 for 1 on stage 6, and that is an achievement in itself. But with that, we're down to 3. Our next runner has been in this position multiple times before. I just gotta find his BGM real quick. There we go. Oh, it's gonna be interesting to see how these competitors handle it. Alright. 3 athletes. All the way down to number 73 for this. He is now a 6-time semi-finalist. As of now, a few months ago in Sasuke, he's the only man to one-up Yusuke in terms of overall progress. The anime bank worker, the most recent Sasuke finalist, the salaryman, Ryosuke Miyaoka, takes his first attempt against Amalgamated Afterlife. Here we go. Put in on 3 this time. Dystopia. Making his way through Doorknob Delta. This man is a god of grip strength. The only man to beat Vertical Limit Burst in Sasuke's history. And he did it on Christmas, for God's sake. Doorknob Delta. Making his way through Big Red. He has been Cliff Dimension, saving on that first jump, though. Big Red is nothing to scoff at. Just go into the back half. Hell's Gate. He's never faced anything like Amalgamated Afterlife. He's been to Paradise Lost and Devil's Domain multiple times. He's never faced anything like this behemoth of a Stage 7. Descent on Hell's Gate takes out the Salaryman and puts it down to 2. And our next runner is the only one out of these remaining 4 that has been to this point in a previous tournament. But this tournament may not last much longer, unfortunately. 2 runners, athletes, remain. Next to go is the only man out of these 4 who's been to this point in the previous tournament in OMEGA³. He is now a 4-time semifinalist, Kai Beckstrand. He takes on Amalgamated Afterlife for the 2nd time in his career. The difference is, this time around, he knows what he's up against. Personal best is the first of the split decisions. Big Red or Vertical Limit EX is what he has to beat in order to reach a new personal best. In his 19th appearance on Omega, can he best AA? Can he even get close? Past Devil Books. Nobody's reached Utopia thus far. Doorknob Delta. This will take a lot of stamina out of you. Big decision. But he's going for Big Red. Going through that first jump. No problem. Nothing he can't handle. Second jump for a new personal best. No! Beckstrand denied again by 7.3. Oh, that is actually a heartbreaker. This last runner doesn't have a BGM, so... One athlete remains. We nearly had a member of the top 10, but Vance Walker was again denied by 6.12 or 6.11. He was bested by the last jump of over-under. So now it's just down to Hans Hertz. He's never been to stage 6 before tonight. He's Sight Red FTL, and now he has a shot against the absolute behemoth that is Amalgamated Afterlife. Good luck. Dystopia. If he fails at any point, this tournament is over. Making his way through Doorknob Delta now. I don't know how good he is with upper body stages. Clearly, he's at least decent. Going for Big Red. Everyone who's gotten to this point has attempted it. First jump, yes. Second jump, coming up. We saw Beckstrand fail here earlier. Hans Hertz will not share the same fate. Hell's Gate. This is a brutal twist on the flying monkey bars, floating monkey bars. And it also takes out Hans Hertz and ends this tournament. A very early ending in stage 7. My God. An absolute heartbreaker. I have a feeling that if Vance got here, he would have gone very far into stage 7. Every time he's been to stage 7 in OMEGA² he's reached 7.6. But unfortunately, he's again denied by FTL, and that'll end this tournament. Let's look at the leaderboard. Leo Provo, just missing out on stage 2. He will be P76. It says right there. I don't know why I didn't see it. P56 is Zach Stoles, just missing out on stage 3. P41, the technician, Tyler Smith, just missing out on stage 4. And Tom Alberti and Sam Folsom, the number 100 from last week, just missing out on stage 5 in the back half of the course. The last woman standing is Jaleesa Hinka. Last chatter standing is, I believe, Ethan Gardiolski. Top 10 tonight, Jaleesa Hinka, Aaron Majayakomo, Senior Samiach, Jacob Arnstein, Yusuke Morimoto, Vance Walker, Joseph Meissner, Kai Beckstrand, Hans Hertz. last man standing tonight, Ryosuke Miyaoka. Until next time, this has been Omega-3 Upper Limit. I've been Cameron Cold Cloud. Fare thee well. My God. An absolute heartbreak.